Hi, this is Zak Mir with the Bulletin Board Heroes on Share Talk for Thursday, the 26th of July. Starting off with Anglo African, where we're still pushing against that 200-day moving average, actually broken through it so far this morning, 12.03 the feature there. It's also exciting because it breaks back above the bottom of, or rather the top of the gap from the beginning of May. If we close here or higher, we have the implied target back towards 15 pence. Which was April resistance and the best levels of the year to date. Stop loss at this stage really back below 11, so risking a penny to try and make 4 pence or more. Lap of honour again for Aortech. Beautiful move here we've had over the last month or so. Higher, the steeper trend channel that I drew, I think for yesterday's Bulletin Board Heroes, heading for 125, 130 even as a best case scenario target. And that is valid while we remain above 85 pence, which was the initial July peak. Going on to stock, which I think is new for the Bulletin Board Heroes, at least in the recent past, comes in the form of Bison Group. And apart from the falling wedge, the converging triangle seems to be the other big winner in terms of small cap setups. Here we've got this, we had the vertical move through the 200-day line in May and consolidated ever since, bouncing on the 50-day moving average, which is also very common, and really while we're above that at 1.84 pence, one will be looking for a breakout through the top of the triangle at 2.2 pence and retesting some or all of the best levels there at 5 pence, which was the May peak. Going on to stock which seems to be livening up a bit at the moment, comes in the form of Chariot Oil and Gas. We had that sideways shuffle either side of the 50-day moving average at 8.24 pence over most of this month. Big candle today suggests that that consolidation and this extended move here since the end of April is finally over. Basically, not quite a wedge, but actually just really a range there, so a range breakout. But very narrow, and so the logjam broken, we could see decent momentum towards 13 pence, which is the 200-day moving average level. Onto a stock which used to be quite hot in terms of the bulletin boards, but spent a long time here at consolidating since that gap through the 50-day moving average at the end of December, sideways shuffle again, and basically looking for a break of the triangle. It's rather similar to Bison, actually, the triangle that we've had in the last over the week to date. So that's looking encouraging. Above 1.4 pence, one would hope that there'd be decent momentum up towards 2 to 2.5 pence. If you're cautious on the shares, maybe just wait for an end of day or a weekly close back above the 1.55 pence, which was the intraday high of May. As far as today's rises are concerned, we had Redt Energy leading the pack early on. Identified this as a falling wedge on Monday, and what's interesting here is that in fact, once you've identified it, the best thing is actually to go in, because obviously if you wait for the break of the wedge, it can be too late. The target here now, while we hold above the 50-day moving average at 5.69 pence, up to the 200-day line and former May resistance at 7.5 pence plus. So still in play as far as this stock is concerned. One of the longest waits for a big move to the upside in the small cap area has come from Starcom. We're hoping that this time will be the time when it heads to new highs, breaks through the February peak at what's that, 4.15 pence. Looks as though we've done enough here. I mean, the crucial thing, I suppose, is to break this 3.25 pence April intraday high. End of day close above that today, or a weekly close tomorrow, should be enough finally to get us up towards 5 pence plus after this extended consolidation that we saw over the bulk of 2018 to date. Just finishing off with a stock or a company I interviewed a few weeks ago, Union Jack Oil, here looking for basically an extended move above the 200-day moving average at 0.11 pence. Looks as though really there's not much point pressing the button until that momentum is broken. But if we with that overhead resistance is broken, but if we do that, there should be enough momentum to take the shares higher. So one to watch out for, even though it's early days there. That's it from me. More updates at the same time.